Welcome back to the Suraj Podcast. In the previous episode, we heard the back and forth between Kaulna and Guru Hargobind, the letters that were sent. Guru Hargobind reassured Kaulna that when they would leave Lahore in the next couple of days, he would take her with him. So chapter 20 now begins describing how on the next day, Guru Hargobind woke up early in the morning before sunrise to bathe. He ate in the morning before sitting at his beautiful encampment. So the morning passed in this way. It was early afternoon now, and he got ready again. He got dressed with his beautiful clothing, the fine weapons he was strapped with. And then he said to Baba Buddha Ji, Mian Mir is a great Pir. How come we have not met him yet? Within his full faith, he has experienced the wisdom of the divine. If anyone is fierce with him, if they display their powers to him, he just deals with them with great resolve and forgiveness. So Guru Hargobind here is mentioning Mian Mir is a very famous Sufi saint, Pir, Muslim holy man. Baba Buddha Ji replied saying, those who remember Mian Mir, they receive his darshan. So at this point, when they were talking about this was about 3 hours before sunset. It was kind of early to late afternoon. And at that point, Guru Hargobind decided to head to Mian Mir's place. So he requested his horse, and then he mounted it before taking off at great speed. At that point, Mian Mir understood what was happening, and he quickly got out of his house to go meet Guru Hargobind outside as he was approaching. So the people inside of Mian Mir's place, they saw this, and they were shocked. They were thinking, Mian Mir, he had got up to go see this Guru Hargobind, like outside, he's greeting him. That's a lot of respect he's showing him. And when Mian Mir saw Guru Hargobind, when they saw each other, they greatly respected each other. They saw each other with great love. Mian Mir bowed down as Guru Hargobind was getting off his horse. But Mian Mir grabbed the stirrups of Guru Hargobind. So where on a horse, where the feet are strapped into, Mian Mir grabbed that area, holding his feet. Out of respect, Mian Mir was holding these stirrups and walking alongside the horse to bring Guru Hargobind close to the house. And it was only when they got close to the house, then Guru Hargobind dismounted, and then he respectfully held Mian Mir's hands at that point. They were holding hands, greeting each other, and then walked together inside where Mian Mir's residence room was. Mian Mir then asked Guru Hargobind, the destroyer of enemies, how he was doing. They sat together. They were extremely happy to meet each other. And Mian Mir was just staring at Guru Hargobind like a partridge bird stares at the moon. Guru Hargobind then said, O Pirji, where has your state of mind reached? Through your contemplation, have you experienced the divine? What flavor of the divine do you enjoy at this time? How do you remain aware of the divine, and how have you separated that experience from just the musings of your mind? Have you destroyed all the desires in your heart? How do you experience the divine blissful self, the Atma? Mian Mir, the great Resolute Pir, heard this question and then replied saying, those who have received your grace, O Guru Hargobind, they with full faith experience the divine. For me, wherever my state of mind goes, there I see that place or anything I look at as illusionary and disregard it for the one, the substratum of which binds everything together, the divine. That's where my state of mind is. At that place, this mind or the speech has no way to conceptualize it. Eyes cannot see it and ears cannot hear it. Experiencing that form of the divine, I disregarded any sense of self, and my state of mind rested in that absorbed unity with the one. My body, though, remains here to run out its karma. I don't endeavor or strive for anything. Whatever comes my way in terms of food, clothing, I utilize that. I don't have any excitement about what comes my way or distress about it. If it comes, it comes. If it goes, it goes. But I don't desire anything. I recognize the entire world as illusionary. And once I destroyed the root of the world, In the text, it uses the word mool meaning root. This is philosophical terminology being used here, synonym for avidya or ignorance, and also maya or illusion. So Mian Mir says, once I destroyed that root of the world, ignorance, then all my desires were destroyed. But the bliss of the self that I experienced, that cannot be described. So Guru Hargobind replied saying, oh, like a mute enjoying sweets. Mian Mir replied saying, those who have received your grace, O Guru Hargobind, they washed the dirt of the ego with the water of Gurmat, the Guru's teachings. So Guru Hargobind responded saying, blessed, blessed is your practice. You yourself have swam across the terrible world ocean, and you will take many with you as well. So this is how Guru Hargobind and Mian Mir were discussing spiritual matters, receiving each other's darshan for some time. About an hour and a half passed before Guru Hargobind then got up. Mian Mir got up as well to show respect and walked him out to his horse. Mian Mir, as he was walking out, he stopped his servant from coming with him, and he grabbed the stirrups again of Guru Hargobind to help the Guru as he mounted his horse. Guru Hargobind then, as he mounted, he said to Mian Mir, please don't walk with me, don't trouble yourself. You've done so much already. You have such humility and mercy. So Mian Mir obeyed the Guru's word and stood there. He was just looking at the Guru's form, and they both respectfully and humbly bowed to each other. As Guru Hargobind then took off, Mian Mir was just standing there. He was watching Guru Hargobind ride out. Guru Hargobind then got back to his encampment in the evening, just as Sodar Raas was starting, after which then he had dinner and then slept for the night in his residence on his large bed. But back over at Mian Mir's residence though, when Guru Hargobind had come there, when he arrived there, coincidentally there was a lot of Turks around at that time. They saw what happened and were confused. They were saying, what has this Pir Mian Mir done? He spoke with such love amongst all of us, and he acted so humbly to that Hindu. He got up and went outside to greet him. He had so much respect for that Hindu. He bowed down. He put his hand on the Guru's feet, on his stirrups. He helped him down off the horse. And this is the Pir who we call the Pir of all Pirs. All the ministers of the empire, they recognize him and respect him. The emperor comes to visit him every 8 days and bows down to him. All the other Pirs also come and recognize him as somebody who's extremely spiritually accomplished. And now this guy bows down in front of this Hindu? So it should be noted here, when the Turks are using the term Hindu here, is because this term would be associated with those who were resident of Hind, of that land, so essentially natives of these areas, not the Mughals who were ethnically Turk, but essentially culturally Persian. So this binary of Hindu and Turk is something that was common in the time, especially in literature. It does not mean how we associate the term Hindu with Hinduism today as a religion, just as a side note. So they continue on complaining, saying, Mian Mir must consider this Hindu as greater than himself. So this is how the Turks were talking at that time, and somebody went over and told the Emperor Shah Jahan about this, and the entire court of Shah Jahan heard this. They didn't like it at all. They were upset. When Shah Jahan heard it, he told everybody there, listen, don't worry, I'll go there and ask him about this. This Guru Hargobind, he's always with us every day. He comes out, he goes hunting with us, he stays in the court, he comes and goes from the court as we request of them. They always have been in obedience to us, and it's this person that Mian Mir is so greatly respecting. Mian Mir, who countless Turks respect. How did Guru Hargobind get this respect from him? All the Turks will surely lose all their honor because of this. So many days passed while Shah Jahan continued on with these doubts and arguments about Guru Hargobind and Mian Mir. And one day Shah Jahan went to go meet with Mian Mir. He went with many ministers and men with him as well. When he got close, he clasped his hands together, bowed down, showed respect to Mian Mir. He was bowing down amongst all of his people. There's a lot of people there. And at that moment, Shah Jahan asked Mian Mir, I heard he met with the Hindu Guru, whose name is Guru Hargobind. You treated him so respectfully, with so much respect that people start to have some doubts and some questions. Guru Hargobind, is always in service to us, and you treated him with such respect. All the Turks now, they've started this debate about him. They came to us telling us about your behavior. Mian Mir heard this and then immediately replied, saying, all of the Pirs here, big or small, accomplished or not accomplished, when we all sit in our meditation and when we travel to the court of the divine Khuda, we are all stopped outside of the court, at the door. We sit there for some time, and we only see him through that door. There's a window at the top of that door. We see Guru Hargobind from that window, and they ask out and hear all of our requests, and they handle them. We all bow down, clasp our hands in front of them. We all think to ourselves, is this Khuda that's appearing from the door, or is this someone else? We only see Guru Hargobind there. We don't see anybody else. So those who are accomplished enough to reach there, ask any of them. Who wouldn't respect Guru Hargobind? It's him who sits there in the court of the divine, blessing us all. No one can copy them or imitate them at all. Wherever he looks gracefully upon, he bestows his blessings. Just like people come in front of you for wealth and status, they come in front of you and bow down and listen to what you say. In the same way, countless people bow down in front of Guru Hargobind for blessings. Tell me, Shah Jahan, in this world, is there anyone who does not respect you? In the same way, those who are lovers of the divine Khuda, they place the dirt of the Guru's feet on their head. Shah Jahan, you're just a worldly person. You can do what you want and no one's going to stop you, but you have absolutely no understanding of Khuda, the divine, and nothing of what will happen in the future. You enjoy this partisan debate, this conflict between Turks and Hindus. Those who do this will just die uselessly without remembering the divine. This kingdom that you enjoy is only going to last for 4 days. It'll only last for a little bit. And you're constantly just desiring sensual and physical pleasures. Not even for a second have you contemplated the divine. You're always just engaged in debates and arguments. The wise don't say that that's admirable. Those who support that, what you're doing, they are just immature and they won't get a spot in the court of the divine. They'll be punished and sent to the hells. So the very striking and sharp words of Mian Mir were heard by everybody around there. Everyone lowered their eyes. No one could say anything back to this Pir. They just remained quiet. They realized the wisdom in what he had said. Then Mian Mir continued, saying to all of them, you have not understood the great glory of Guru Hargobind. They have endless powers, which they hold with great resolve and strength in their hand. They hold the power to create and destroy all. But even then, he just carries on and plays the game of a normal person. He does not at any time display his depth, his power to anyone else. He bears the unbearable within his heart. So who else could be as equal to him? Shah Jahan heard this and he just bowed his head down. He didn't say anything at all. Everybody just lowered their eyes. They got up and they left. The ministers and the other men who were with Shah Jahan, as they were walking out, they're outside of the residence, they began chatting to each other. One of them was like, I honestly don't have faith in what Mian Mir was saying. That this Hindu stays with the divine Khuda in the court. What can we say to Mian Mir though? Another one was saying, yeah, Shah Jahan himself obeys and listens to Mian Mir. Another guy also said, yeah, I just don't trust what Mian Mir said. So they were all saying these types of things, but the author, Kavi, the poet, Santokh Singh says, only those with great fortune have a clean and pure mind, which allows for the mind to absorb and understand the great glory of the Guru. Those who aren't as fortunate, those with a dirty and stupid intellect, they just constantly absorbed in partisan arguments and debates. In their mind, in their heart, the praise of the Guru never resides. So these ministers and Shah Jahan, they had this doubt in their mind and they went back to their fort to rest for the night. And that's how chapter 20 concludes. In the next chapter, we'll hear the state that Kolna is in and the plan that Guru Hargobind has to free Kolna and for them to unite. So that's where we'll pick up next time. But as always, I'd like to thank those who have been supporting the podcast through the Patreon page.
गाऊगा चढ़ के खाल से ना हारेगा तरला लाला मरेगा शर्म पड़ेगा ਕਰੇਗਾ ਤੇ ਤਰੇਗਾ ਗੱਜ ਗੱਜ ਕਰਿਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਭਾਵੇ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਸਤਿ
ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।